Hello everyone, my name is Pratham Sharma and I'm a third year student of Bennett University pursuing BTech CSE. Today, in this video, we are going to learn about front-end development in web technologies. Front-end development is a very vast topic in which many tools are used, such as HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and frameworks like React, Angular, and jQuery. Today, in this video, we are going to specifically learn about HTML and CSS. And at the end of the video, I would give you a little bit glimpse on JavaScript and its importance. So before starting with the topic, let's little bit know about Bennett University. Bennett University is a very beautiful university, which is situated in Greater Noida. It is founded in 2016 by Times of India Group. They have the second best BTech program all over India and give courses like BBA, BTech, BJMC, BCA, Law, MBA, and many more. 320 plus companies has come to Bennett University for the placement. And the average BTech placement at Bennett University is around 9.38 lakhs, which is very, very good for a university just established in 2016. For more information, I am providing the link in the description. You guys can go and check about Bennett University there. So coming back to the topic. So after this video, the main objective of the module would be you should know the importance of web development, why it is important. You should know the basic difference between web designer and a web developer. The whole video would revolve around front-end development, but I would also tell you a little bit about back-end development as well, and overview of tools like HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Importance of web development. Internet is present all over us and is accessible through mobile, desktop, and iPad as well. Millions of people use internet to reach millions of people around us. Website help us to reach that millions of people which are present on internet. Website improve customer experience. It attracts organic traffic, generate leads, and increase sales. That's why web development is a very important skill which help us create a website. Web designer versus web developer. There's a minute difference between a web designer and a web developer. A web designer designs the look and feel of a website. Basically, he creates the whole website. He decides the layout, font, color, images, and overall branding is being handled by the web designer. It creates visual mockups of a website in a form of UI and UX. He really develops a website, but the main work of a web designer is to design a website and it should look pretty. The web designer should be a creative person. In the other hand, web developer. Web developer brings the mockup website to life on the internet. He develops the website and hosts it on the web server. The developer should have skills like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and framework knowledge of React.js, Node.js, and many more. A web developer should be a logical based person. Moving to the next slide. Now, the difference between the front end and a back end web development. A front end development is a UI and UX side development in which the components are defined in the form of HTML and it's look pretty with the help of CSS. Interaction is enabled with the help of JavaScript and many frameworks are used to enhance performance. On the other hand, backend development, in the backend development, the use of database and servers are used, which sends HTML, CSS, JavaScript to the web browser. And generally, the programming language which are used in backend development are Java, JavaScript, PHP, Perl, Python, Ruby, and many more. The aim is to achieve fast response time to the end user. HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. HTML is a hypertext markup language, which is the structure of a page. In a human body, the structure of our body is the skeleton. HTML is a skeleton part of a website. JavaScript. JavaScript makes a website interactive. For example, In a body, we need muscles so that we can move and interact with the objects. JavaScript is same in website. CSS is cascading style sheet. It is basically presentation and styling side of a website, like how good a website should look, what should be the color of button, and the animation stuff is handled by CSS. Now we would learn about HTML, CSS, and JavaScript in detail. So HTML, the full form of HTML is Hypertext Markup Language. The meaning of hyper in Greek origin is over and beyond. The first idea of HTML was given by Vannevar Bush of US in 1945. HTML gives content a structure and meaning by defining the content. For example, giving headings, paragraph, or images. As a rule, HTML will always represent content and CSS will always represent the appearance of a content. Elements which are present in HTML. There are many elements that are present in HTML. Some of the commonly used elements are anchor tag, which is represented by A, div tag, which is represented by div, span tag, strong tag, em tag, and many more. Elements are identified by using a less than and a greater than bracket surrounding the element's name. Tags and attributes. The opening mark the beginning of an element that consists of less than sign followed by the element name and then ends by the greater than sign. For example, div. A closing bracket marks the end of the element. It consists of less than sign followed by a forward slash and the element name and then ends with a greater than sign. For example, the closing div. The content is between the opening tag and the closing tag. Attributes are defined within the opening tags after the element name. Generally, attributes include the name and the value. The href consists of the links. By clicking on the content, we can go to the link which are provided in the href. The format of a tag is given by the element. The attribute is present between the opening brackets. The content is between a closing and a opening and a closing bracket. And anchor tag is the tag in this format. A simple HTML page look like this. We have to specify the doc type HTML, head, title, body in a HTML page. The HTML page is saved by .html, not by .txt file. Here, the title tag would be the title of the web page given. In the body tag, the h1 tag is the heading tag in which hello world would be printed, and the paragraph tag in which this is a web page would be printed. You can copy this and save this file in index.html and you can see the output. The output would be the hello world and this is the web page. This one is the h1 tag used and this one is the paragraph tag. A simple assignment in which you have to copy this and type your name at the place of dash and tell me the output in the comment section. CSS. Cascading style sheet describes the look and formatting of a page. It is used for changing presentation and styling of a website. It can be applied to any markup language, for example, HTML, HTML, XML, and SVG. The properties and style used in CSS are it can change layout, font, color, and background as well. It also follows box property, which consists of border, margin, and padding. And some advanced concept of CSS are list and table. You can form list and table with the help of CSS. This is a normal HTML looking page in which CSS has been applied. With these two lines of code, we can change a normal looking HTML code to this. What we have done in this, we have changed the body color to lime and the paragraph tag in which hello world is written. We have changed the font size of it with X large, which is known as extra large, and the background color is changed to yellow. With these two lines, we have changed a normal looking HTML page to this. CSS syntax. CSS syntax consists of three main things. The first one is the selector. In the selector, we can select ID, we can select classes, and as well as we can select single element as well. For example, H1, anchor, and other elements. After selecting it, within the curly braces, we have to define two main things, which are property and value. The property can be margin, color, and other things as well. And with one property, it is defined a value. In value can be numeric as well as alphabetic. We can define CSS in our HTML page in three main forms. The first one is the inline. Inline. In the inline, what we can do is within the opening paragraph, we can define the style. We can justify the font size, color, everything in it. With the help of this, the dependency of attaching a style sheet is removed. The second type is the internal. In the internal, what we can do is within a HTML structure, we can use a style format, and with that, we can select the background color and font size and everything, every CSS thing can be used here. The third one is the external style sheet. In the external style sheet, we can write all our CSS in a different file, and we can call and we can link that file like this. In this, the link is associated with the document, the style sheet, and href is the name of the style sheet in which the CSS is written. CSS3 2D transformation. Transformation change of position, shape, size of an element. With the help of transformation, we can give animation to our website. We can move, scale, spin, stretch, and turn elements. CSS transformation are of two types. The first one is the 2-dimension and the second one is the 3-dimension. JavaScript is a lightweighted, cross-platform, and interpreted scripting language. It is well known for the development of web pages. Many non-browser environments also use it. JavaScript can be used for client-side development as well as for the server-side developments. JavaScript contains a standard library of objects like array, data, and maths, and a core set of language elements like operators, control structures, and statements. JavaScript is a very important language which everyone should learn because the framework of JavaScript, which is React.js, is widely used for front-end development. And for backend development, MongoDB and Node.js is used, which is based on JavaScript only. So by learning JavaScript, you can be a full stack developer. A full stack developer is a developer which knows backend as well as front-end development. In recent past, the job trend of full stack developer is increasing day by day. Learning front-end as well as backend is really very important to have a good job with a nice amount of salary. If you have any question regarding the module, you can comment on the comment section. I will try to answer everyone. Thank you. This is the end of the module. I hope you have learned about HTML and CSS and a little bit about backend development as well. If you have any queries, you can comment on the comment section. I will try to answer everyone. Thank you. Have a nice day.